guys, this is Liz here coming with another video, and now this one is a Christmassy movie review. So alas, here is my Christmas headband. So this movie is A Merry Little Xmas, which came out on Netflix this year. So it says here in the overview, all Kate and Everett want for Christmas is an amicable divorce and one less holiday as a family. But new flames and old feelings complicate their plans. So Everett is played by Oliver Hudson, and Kate is played by Alicia Silverstone. And this movie has another great 90s star in it, Melissa Joan Hart. And so that is one of the reasons why I was super excited to see this movie. Because I'm not sure if any of you guys also were big into the movie Clueless and everything when you were young, but when it first came out, I was like all about it, and it was one of my favorite movies. And so of course, when Clueless came out, I was 10, and now of course is the 30th anniversary of Clueless. And as with many kids that were kids in the 90s, I'm sure that, so myself, I'm really wanting to get the Clueless Polly Pocket, and I'm all nostalgic about it, and so that's one of the reasons why I was super excited for this movie. Now Melissa Joan Hart, I loved her in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I also watched Clarissa Explains It All a little bit, at least a few times, when I was younger. And so especially for those two 90s queens, so to speak, I was like super excited about this. And pretty much every year I always try to watch the Christmas movies that come out, whether it be Hallmark or whether it be on Amazon Prime or on or maybe on just the Life Network or on Netflix. I'm all about the holiday movies. And I also remember back when I was maybe, I want to say 8 or 9, maybe 10, somewhere in that age range, 8 to 10. My friend Jessica and I at the time, we put on the Disney sing-along songs VHS tape, which was actually all the Disney Christmas songs, and we would watch it, and we had like Christmas in July, and it was just the most amazing thing. And also too, I remember as well, when I go over to my friend's house and we'd be like dancing in the basement to New Kids on the Block. And there's just things about Christmas time. You just have to listen to certain songs. You just have to see certain movies. So for me, a couple of those movies would be One Magic Christmas and Prancer. But then again too, I love to get new favorites each year as well. So, just like last year, I am going to be reviewing different Christmas movies and also, of course, doing different Christmas book reviews. One book, I'm working on a book right now, that's a holiday book, and I also have already finished a holiday book review, which is live right now. I've already uploaded it, and I hope that you go ahead and check that out. Maybe also check out the holiday book review I did last year. I hope you enjoy all these holiday festivity themed videos. And so when in this movie, it's honestly super cute, I think. And so Kate, she had dreams of being an architect before she fell for Everett, and they ended up having 2 kids together. And then she ended up putting her dreams on hold, and she became a handywoman. And, of course, she had a great business, and she had a great family. And when she met and fell in love with Everett, she moved to a small town. And, things weren't necessarily quite the way she pictured them, but she was happy in her own way. And needless to say, at one point, fast forward a little bit, to present time, and they've gotten separated, and they're in the process of getting a divorce, and they think that's what that's what they want. And also Everett ends up meeting and starting to date another woman, and he decides he's going to bring her over for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, and introduce her to the kids. So I don't know if you guys have seen The Good Place, but the girlfriend that he brings over is actually Nahani from The Good Place. And, of course, she does mean, and she does ditzy, and she does kind of stuck up rich girl really well. And in many ways, too, while you're watching her, you kind of want to hate her, but then that's just a testament as to how good she is at her role. And when Kate ends up going to the tree farm to try to pick out a tree, she ends up kind of crushing over this younger guy who she ends up having some feelings for, but it's more or less just a fling. But in some ways, she decided to start flirting with him to make Everett jealous. So even though they were getting divorced and, and they weren't together anymore, there were still feelings involved, right? And so, needless to say, both of the significant others of Everett and Kate, they end up going tobogganing with the kids and also spending some time together at the house over the holidays, doing a gift exchange, and among other things, right? And, over the time together, they begin to realize, how much they really do like each other, or maybe they don't. And it's kind of sweet in the end how they come to realize that, what they already had things that were important to them. And maybe, just maybe, Kate doesn't need to start fresh. She doesn't need to have a new life. She can be just happy the way she is and with her current life. And sometimes you maybe just have to have a taste of something else to maybe realize how much you love what you have and you're happy as you are. And, it could be a good thing. And, sometimes it may have one result and then other times it might be totally different. But either way, honestly, as I said, I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was super cute. But, of course, I would highly suggest you get out there and check it out. If you have Netflix or you have friends that have Netflix, I would highly suggest checking it out. And let me know in the comments if you saw this movie and if you enjoyed it. Or if maybe there's another holiday movie you're interested in. Or if you have, that's coming out this year. Or maybe if you have your own holiday tradition or a certain movie you watch every single year and you want to share that with me, I'd be happy to hear about it. And, we're getting closer to Christmas, and definitely remember the true reason for the season is, Jesus and God and, the coming of the King, right? And also, too, if any of my viewers watching right now are Jewish, of course, the special time, which is Hanukkah this time of the year. And I've actually been starting to see in recent years, too, a lot of the Hallmark movies have been coming out with even like Hanukkah themed movies, which is kind of nice too, because, even though for the most part it's Christmas that ends up having free reign of all of the movies at this time of the year, it is kind of nice too when other holidays are attributed and shared and celebrated. And honestly, no matter what you praise and that kind of thing, if as long as you know a higher power and you have some faith and spiritualism, we all have something, right? And myself, I am a Christian, and I'm and I would be happy to share other things about that and about my walk with that. But we all have something, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to all my viewers, and Happy Holidays. If you celebrate something else, let me know what you celebrate. Or if you just enjoy spending time with family when you have the time off of work and, just having some relaxation. Again, thank you so much for watching. And sorry, what I rate this movie, I'd probably say give it a 3 out of 5. Thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care. Bye, guys.